D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Also down below, you can find the 3 articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them for yourself and then, come up with your own opinion and everything, and all that good stuff. I just want to, before I get started, say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small YouTube channels like myself usually get pushed to the back of the line. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So let's get started on these 3 stories. So for my first story this week, Sex and the City is back. Yeah, that's right. This time it's going to be called And Just Like That, ... This is a HBO revival, not a reunion. Friends is going to do a reunion where they'll just do an hour-long episode, but this is going to be an actual revival. It'll be 10 episodes, half hour each. The only thing is, Kim Cattrall / Samantha right now is not returning. Now, she's always been a little difficult when it comes to the Sex and the City franchise. She always said she had a horrible time and everything, and she basically wants more money. Now, I have to say that this could be a negotiation tactic. I mean, a lot of actors do this. They say, I'm not going to do it unless you pay me, let's just throw out a number. Let's say they're like, you need to pay me 30 million. And the studio's like, I'm not going to pay you 30 million, but I'll pay you 25 million. And really they wanted 20 million, but they're like, oh, they're going to pay me 25 million. That's like how negotiation goes. Like, they throw out a number, you throw out a super high number. So then they come down to a number around what you wanted. Like I said, this is a negotiation tactic usually, and a lot of people do this. It's not uncommon and everything. So the thought is they could always recast, but I don't want them to. And I think that a lot of people that are, that are Sex and the City fans don't want them to recast, or at least I haven't seen anybody that's like, yeah, recast and everything. And then there's always the possibility of not having Samantha in the show, which I think is a mistake. You need Samantha and you need Kim Cattrall to play Samantha. I say just pay her. Just, like I said, if she's asking for 30 million, let's just say she's asking for 30 million, then just, pay her. Just be like, well, what will you deal with 25 million? Come on, just pay her what she wants. That's just, that's how it is or whatnot. So this will go on HBO Max, and I think that this goes well with HBO Max because their goal is to try to get a lot more female people to subscribe and watch their shows and everything. And they said that, I believe, when they launched. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I did not write it down in my notes. But all the other ladies have signed on, Sarah Jessica Parker and everything. And speaking of HBO, Sarah Jessica Parker did have a show on there called Divorce. It only lasted 3 seasons, and that was 10 episodes a season, and they were a half hour. I only watched the first season just because, there's so much on TV. It's like, who's got time? And I think my free subscription to HBO ran out by then. And I was all like, well, that show didn't, it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. But it wasn't good enough for me to start paying a subscription and everything. So, so I think that if they don't have Samantha come back, I think that will be a mistake on their part. And I really think that they should rethink that, really try their hardest to get Kim Cattrall on board. So that's my first story of the day. So for my second story of the day, this is a really interesting story. I thought it was very good. It was on Deadline. And like I said, the article is down below. But it's about a movie that's going to be coming out. It's going to be called Are the Ricardos. Now, this is an Aaron Sorkin movie, and he wrote the movie, and he's decided he's going to direct because he just got off of previously directing and writing The Trial of the Chicago 7 on Netflix. And I personally thought that was a good movie. I enjoyed it. The directing wasn't top notch, in my opinion. Aaron Sorkin, he definitely tried his best for a first time out, a first outing or whatnot. And you're when you start off, you gotta do more. You gotta get more experience to get better. So I think that for a first outing, it was okay. This one he might do better. Who knows? We'll see. We will see. Plus his writing, listen, I think Aaron Sorkin is one of the best writers, and you'll be able to see by his idea with this one. So it's going to star Nicole Kidman as Lucille Ball, and she's just coming off of The Undoing, which she was fantastic on that. I thought that was a really good miniseries. I really liked it a lot. And then of course she was on Big Little Lies. Both of them on HBO, very good. So her and HBO are pretty good. So let's see if this goes to HBO. I don't know. Anyways, so then Javier Bardem will be playing Desi Arnaz. I think that these two actors I think that I don't know how Nicole Kidman will do as Lucille Ball, because Lucille Ball was very like comedic and very funny, but you never know. I'm not dissing on Nicole Kidman. I think that she's very talented, and I can't wait to see this. And so here's the premise, and this part's very fascinating, very fascinating. And that's why it's such a good idea. Aaron Sorkin, he's so good. Anyways, so the movie is what is the process of making an episode of I Love Lucy. And so the movie will start off on Monday where they do a table read, and then it will end and it will go through Friday when they film in front of a large studio audience, a live studio audience. And I think it'll be really interesting, first off, which episode they choose. Personally, I like the one, and I think it's just because it's so iconic, like you see this clip all the time, but where the chocolate is coming down the belt and they have to wrap it, but it's going so fast that she starts eating it and like shoving it in her shirt and everything. I just think that one's pretty classic. So I think a lot of people think of that when they think of Lucy, I Love Lucy and everything. So that'll be really interesting. And during this, it will be during the week, during the table read and then the filming, they will suffer through business and personal crisis. Now, Lucille Ball, before she had started I Love Lucy, she came off of a show called My Favorite Husband. Now, I've never heard that show or anything like that, but I mean, I do enjoy Lucille Ball. I'm not like the hugest I Love Lucy fan, but at the same time, this sounds completely fascinating. I mean, I do like it. It's not my biggest cup of tea and everything. So the thing about this is the studio didn't want Desi Arnaz to play Ricky Ricardo. And because he wasn't a big name like Lucille Ball was. And then also I do give Lucille Ball credit for, she went to bat for him. She was like, listen, I want him. And the studio kind of did this as a favor for it. And from what I understand, Desi Arnaz kind of resented it because he didn't like that his wife had to get him a favor to get him on a show, which I get that. But at the same time, I just go, back then it was a different time, and your wife did that. And I think it was great. There wasn't that many mixed couples on screen at the time. So I think that was like a step forward and everything. So I think that even though you didn't like that your wife got you a favor, at least, you got your foot in the door, and it started, a process of seeing mixed couples on TV. So I think that was good. So that's my second story of the day. Very interesting. So for my third and final story of the day, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation is still ongoing. And I mean, yeah, the first thing that came out this week was that Amber Heard did not donate all of her divorce settlement money to charity like she had said previously. I think it was like 8 million. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember off the top of my head. And the thing came out that like, oh, she wasn't a gold digger because she gave all that money to charity. She gave all her divorce money to charity because she didn't want that money, but she wanted Johnny Depp to pay. And we find out that that's a lie. She only gave, she only gave a small portion of that money. And I just go, shame on you for lying about it. And I go, you're getting some just desserts, in my opinion. So following this is the story that came out on Deadline also, is that Heard and Depp are now suing each other for defamation. And that's happening here in the US. He is appealing his defamation in the UK against the Sun and everything, but that's a different story. I already did a video on that, how he lost that case. You can check that out up here. But yeah, go back and check that out if you're interested. Anyways, so he sued her first, and then she counter sued and everything. So, you know, now it's ongoing. So they have to prove that what each other said is true. And I believe that they have to prove intent. I think this is happening. Shoot, I didn't write this down in my notes, and I wish I had, but I believe this is happening in California. And in California, when it comes to defamation, I believe you have to prove intent to something. I can't remember. Like, you have to prove that you wanted to hurt them and their livelihood to win a defamation case. Don't quote me 100% on that. I do believe you have to prove intent. I just can't remember all of the word usage. Anyways, so Amber Heard, she put out subpoenas towards the LAPD because she had called them constantly throughout her marriage and everything. And so she wants all the stuff for that. I don't know if you have to subpoena a police department. I think that that's public record. I think you can just go in there and be like, I want my files and everything. Same thing with 911 calls. Those are public record. I think that that's a part of the Right to Information Act and everything. I'm not 100% sure. Again, don't quote me on that because I can't remember. I didn't have that. I don't have that stuff in front of me. Anyways, so then she also, this is the thing also, she subpoenaed Disney, and she wants all the documents through Dead Men Tell No Tales, Pirates of the Caribbean #5. And all the on that production, she wants all the documents involving Johnny Depp, anything that has to deal with Johnny Depp, emails, logs and everything, all that stuff. She wants it all and everything. And part of that will be the whole finger incident. They were filming that movie. He says that she chopped the tip of his finger off. There are pictures online. I'll throw some up on everything right here. But he said that she cut the tip of his fingers off, and it was costing the studio for him to fly back to California because he was on set at the time. They had to fly him back to California for medical surgery and stuff. And it was costing them so much money a day. I want to say it was like $5 million a day. I read that somewhere too. I can't remember. I think it was 5 million. Yeah, it was, or 500,000. It was a 5, and it was a big number. But it was costing them so much money per day to get him fly back, fixed, bring him back, because they have to pay production costs. They have to pay all those people on set and everything. So it's kind of like a he said, she said with this situation. Honestly, I know. First off, this is bad for both parties. I think that Sun, if you look at those transcripts of that Sun trial, that trial for that one, this is a bad relationship. This is a toxic relationship. They should not have gotten married. I know the heart wants what the heart wants, but just because the heart wants it doesn't mean the body can take it. So it's bad. A lot of people are saying that Johnny Depp should just give up because it's hurting his career. It's hurting Amber Heard's career. A lot of people are attacking her online, justice for Johnny, all that stuff. I have to say this. Johnny Depp needs to keep fighting, and this is why. If you are accused of something that you know is false, and you're like, I'm going to prove, nothing is more satisfying than getting your name cleared. If he was guilty, I honestly feel like he would drop it at this point, and he wouldn't have sued the Sun and everything, and he just would have kept, getting that Grindelwald money from Warner Brothers. I believe he would have tried to get another Pirates of the Caribbean movie done. But he's like, no, I'm innocent. I'm going to prove I'm innocent. And that's why I think there's something to be said there. Somebody that was guilty, I believe, would give up. And I say Johnny Depp needs to keep fighting. I know it's probably costing him a lot of money. I hope he gets that money back at the end of this. He might be fine with taking the L money wise, but if he gets the win against his name lifted, the wrong thing said about him, I think that might be a big enough win for him. Like, he might be like, listen, I cleared my name. That's good enough for me. I'm millions of dollars in the hole now because of it. But, he, like I said, he can just make another movie. And I'm kind of bummed that Warner Brothers didn't stick by him. But I mean, what are you going to do? So that's my last story of the day. Sorry, I kind of left it on a bummer and everything, but that's just how it is. So tell me, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about these 3 stories? How do you feel about the Sex and the City revival? I mean, like, are you excited for this? I'm not sure how I feel about the name and just like that, ... and everything. And I'm telling you right now, if Samantha's not back, that's a bummer. They need to you need all 4 ladies. That's the show, okay? I don't want to recast. I don't want somebody new. I don't want you to drop it. None of that. They need to bring Samantha back. I don't know how you feel about, but that's how Daddy feels about it. And then how do you feel about this movie, We Are the Ricardos? Do you find this very fascinating? And are you interested to see, the life of Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball? And see how the show was how I Love Lucy was created. I find that very fascinating. I love the whole production portion of Hollywood and everything, and the business portion of it. It's so fascinating to me. And then, how do you feel about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard? Are you like me and you think Johnny Depp should keep fighting the good fight, never give up, never surrender? Or do you think he should just give it up and everything because, they're both he's looking bad? I mean, like I said, if you look at those transcripts from that Sun trial in the UK, their relationship was crazy. Those 2, I don't even know if they even liked each other, let alone loved each other, but it was just crazy. But yeah, so tell me, what do you guys think about this? How do you feel about all of this? Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.